Hello students, we are discussing our new topic enhancement in food production, and in previous lecture we have seen one point from this topic, that is the role of microbes in the food preparation. And in that content we have seen that the microbes are involved in the food preparation like the idli, dosa, dokra. These food preparations are the fermented food products. That means these foods are prepared only by the growth of microbes in it. And we have seen that this idli, dosa and dokra, these are the food prepared mainly particularly by the bacteria. So the name of that bacteria is Leonostrog, and Streptococcus bacteria are involved in the preparation of idli, dosa and dokra. Then we have also seen that some microbes are directly used as a food because they are rich source of the vitamins, they are rich source of the minerals, and in that we have seen that the some algae or some bacteria or the fruiting bodies of the mushroom or truffles can be directly used as a food. Then we have seen the third point, that is the dairy products. Dairy products which are mainly used by us as a many important food products of our diet, and these dairy products includes the curd formation, then it includes the buttermilk, yogurt, cheese, and in last lecture we have seen how the curds are formed. These curds are formed by the milk, from the milk, and in that milk first we have to add the starter or inoculum. The starter or inoculum which we add in the milk, that starter contains millions of lab bacteria, that is means the lactic acid bacteria. This lactic acid bacteria includes the lactobacillus, the name of the bacteria, and this lactobacillus mainly secrete the lactic acid, and due to which there will be coagulation of the milk takes place, and there will be partial digestion of the protein, that is called as a milk protein, casein protein takes place, and there will be formation of the curd. You have to remember the name of the that bacteria which is particularly responsible for the curd formation, and the name of that bacteria is Lactobacillus acidophilus. So, the Lactobacillus acidophilus bacteria is responsible for formation of the curd. Then the similar product of the curd, that means there is no difference between the curd and yogurt, but the two different terms are given in our textbook. So, yogurt is the another dairy product which is very similar to the curd, and this yogurt is also produced by the bacteria, and the name of that bacteria is Lactobacillus bulgaricus, and the second bacteria is the Streptococcus thermophilus. So these are the examples given in our textbook for particular dairy product which is prepared by the specific bacteria. Then the third product is the buttermilk. Buttermilk, you know that after removing the butter, the content which is remain or liquid part which is remain there, that is called as a buttermilk, which is sour in taste, and this buttermilk is also produced, or it is also a dairy product. Mainly some bacteria responsible for formation of this buttermilk. And the last dairy product that we are going to discuss now is the cheese. Everyone are well known for this term cheese. Cheese is a solid mass, or it is a solid product of the dairy. This cheese is having the different flavors, and they have a specific texture, they have a specific aroma. This cheese is how they can prepare. So see here, after formation of the curd, if we separate the curd or if we separate the solid mass, then whey means the liquid part is remain there. Okay, whey means the liquid part is remain there. If we remove, in simple word, if we remove the liquid part from the curd, or so if we separate the solid mass and remove the liquid part of that curd, then that liquid part is called as the whey, and if we remove the liquid part, only the solid mass is there, and that solid mass is called as the cheese. Okay, so this cheese can be prepared by removing the milk part, liquid from it, and only solid part we call as a cheese. See here, we have to remember two important things from this cheese. That is, here two names of the cheese are given. One name is called as Roquefort and another name is called as Camembert. Roquefort and Camembert cheese. These are the two names of the cheese. Roquefort and Camembert cheese. These cheese are prepared. So you should know mainly how the cheese can be prepared. The cheese can be prepared by growing the molds on it. By growing the molds. Do you know what is meant by molds? Molds are examples of the fungi. So growing the molds in that cheese, we can ripen this cheese. Ripen means we can prepare the cheese. Okay, so by growing the mold in this cheese, we can prepare it. And see here, there are two molds that is known as the blue-green mold. Blue-green mold means color of that mold is blue-green, and the name of that molds are Penicillium roqueforti and Penicillium camemberti. Here you can see that according to the name of that mold, the cheese name is given, that is Penicillium roqueforti made the Roquefort cheese, and the Penicillium camemberti makes the Camembert cheese. Okay, so it is very easy to remember that Roquefort cheese is made up of Penicillium roqueforti and Camembert cheese is made up of Penicillium camemberti. Okay, so this thing you have to remember only for state board, because here you if the question is asked for the MCQ point of view for state board, that is which cheese is prepared by the Penicillium roqueforti, then you have to say that it is prepared by the Roquefort cheese, and the name of the Camembert cheese is prepared by the mold Penicillium camemberti. Okay, so this is the important thing from the cheese, which is an important dairy product. Then next one is that there is another cheese whose name is Swiss cheese. Another cheese whose name is Swiss cheese. This Swiss cheese has particular characteristics that this Swiss cheese has large hole at the center. Okay, that cheese has a large hole at the center, and this large hole is found in this cheese due to the large amount of CO2 produced by the particular mold growing in it, and that hole is produced due to the CO2 produced of that microbes, and that's why there is a large hole is present in the center of that cheese. That cheese is called as Swiss cheese, and this Swiss cheese is produced by the microbe that is called as Propionibacterium shermani. Here you can identify that Swiss cheese is produced by a particular bacteria, and name of that bacteria is Propionibacterium shermani. And the Roquefort and Camembert cheese are produced by the mold, and name of that molds are the Penicillium roqueforti and Penicillium camemberti. So here you have to identify that these two cheeses are produced by the molds, and the Swiss cheese is produced by the bacteria, and name of that bacteria is Propionibacterium shermani. So here we have to remember the name of this microbe and name of the cheese for the MCQ point of view. And here we have completed the first part of this microbes in human welfare, that is the role of microbes in food preparation. Under this term we have seen the different points like food preparation, like idli, dosa, dokra, then directly use microbes as a food, and third one is a dairy product, and in that dairy product we have seen the first curd, then yogurt, then milk, buttermilk, and then the cheese. So you have to remember all these things for theory as well as MCQ point of view. If the question is asked that describe the role of microbes in the food preparation, then you have to write all this content. This question may be asked for the 3 marks, and you have to write the food preparations or role of microbes in food preparation up to the cheese. Okay, now we are going to discuss the second role of microbes in the industrial production. So for industrial production, how these microbes are important, that here we are going to see. And next important role of these microbes in the role of microbes for industrial production. So here second role of microbes in the industrial production. Industrial production. First thing is that if the industry is there, then definitely there will be large production of that particular product will be there. Okay, so produce the large quantity of the substances, we have to use the microbes in a large scale at the industry level. म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये एखादा प्रोडक्ट तयार करायचा असेल तर तो लार्ज स्केल मध्ये तयार होणार आहे. इट शुड बी इन अ लार्ज मास. So to form that large scale production of that particular substance, there will be role of microbes will be there, and these microbes are also required in the large quantity to produce that particular product. So here we have to see which products are formed at the industrial level by the use of fermentation process or by use of the microbes. Here we have to see that there are different products. For example, there are some alcoholic beverages, then organic acids, then enzymes, vitamins, antibiotics, hormones, etc. are produced on a large scale at the industry level with the help of these microbes. So these products, that is alcoholic beverages, organic acid, vitamins, enzymes, antibiotics, hormones, these are generally secondary metabolites. These are generally called as the secondary metabolites. Then what is mean by secondary metabolites? Secondary metabolites means, no doubt, these are the products which are produced by particularly microorganism. During the metabolic activity, these microorganisms, maybe bacteria, maybe algae, maybe fungi, these microorganisms during their metabolic activity secrete certain substances from their body, and those substances we call it as alcoholic beverages, organic acid, vitamins, antibiotics, hormones, etc. But these products which are synthesized by that particular bacteria, these products are not required to that bacteria for its particular growth and its development. म्हणजे हे जे काही प्रोडक्ट्स बॅक्टेरिया सिक्रेट करतात हे त्या बॅक्टेरियाच्या ग्रोथ आणि डेव्हलपमेंट साठी लागत नाहीत, तर ते प्रोडक्ट काय म्हणून ओळखले जातात? दोज आर कॉल्ड ॲज सेकंडरी मेटाबोलाइट्स. सो इझी मीनिंग ऑफ द सेकंडरी मेटाबोलाइट्स इज दॅट the products which are secreted by the bacteria or which are secreted by the microorganism which are not required for growth and development to that particular microorganism, but those are useful to the human being, are called as the secondary metabolite. असे प्रोडक्ट की जे मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझम सिक्रेट करतात, but those are not required to that microorganism for its growth and development, but those products are useful to the human being, are called as the secondary metabolites. So these are the products which are called as the secondary metabolites. So these products are produced on a large scale at the industry level with the help of these microbes. Okay, so here you know that, or here you should know that these all products are produced in a large vessel, because there will be large production of these products, so there will be requirement of the large vessel, and that large vessel in industry is called as the fermenter. That large vessel where all these products are produced, and that large vessel is called as the fermenter. ओके, म्हणजे मोठा असं एखादं कंटेनर म्हणून आपण की ज्याला नाव दिलेलं फर्मंटर, या फर्मंटर मध्ये तुम्हाला हे खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये हे प्रोडक्ट्स तयार झालेले पाहायला मिळतात. त्या वेसलला आपण काय म्हणतोय? फर्मंटर. इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग इज दॅट व्हाय द फर्मंटर आर यूज at the industrial level to produce such products. काय गरज आहे इंडस्ट्रियल लेवलला या फर्मंटरची? Because there are two importance of this fermenter is that this fermenter are used in industry to produce. This fermenter are used in industry to produce this large quantity of secondary metabolites, because fermenter provide the specific control environment to that microorganism. That means, for example, see here, one example we take that from the alcoholic beverages. Alcoholic beverages are generally produced with the help of microbes, with the help of fungi, and the name of that fungi is called as yeast. Okay, so yeast, when we add in that large vessel that we have given the name fermenter, that yeast provide a specific control environment. Proper environmental condition can be provided to that yeast by this fermenter. ओके, म्हणजे ईस्टच्या वाढीसाठी, ईस्टच्या ग्रोथसाठी ज्या ज्या काही गरजा आहेत व्यवस्थित ईस्ट व्यवस्थित चांगल्या प्रकारे त्यानं इथेनॉल किंवा अल्कोहोल तयार करावं म्हणून ज्या ज्या कंडिशन्स आहेत स्पेसिफिक कंडिशन प्रोव्हाइड करण्याचं काम कोण करते? फर्मंटर. सो फर्स्ट इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ द फर्मंटर टू यूज इट इन इंडस्ट्री इज दॅट इट प्रोव्हाइड द स्पेसिफिक कंट्रोल एन्व्हायरमेंट टू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ऑर्गॅनिझम and then only after getting the specific environmental condition, that organism can easily produce a particular product. That's why fermenter is used in the industry. Second thing is that fermenter provide the definite mixture of the bacteria definite mixture of the microorganism due to which desired products can be obtained. Definite mixture of the microorganism means what? How much microorganisms are required to produce that particular product is defined there in the fermenter. म्हणजे एखाद्या फर्मंटर मध्ये किती कल्चर लागणार आहे मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझमचं पर्टिक्युलर डिझायर्ड प्रोडक्ट तयार करण्यासाठी हे तिथं डिफाईन झालेलं असते, ठरलेलं असते. त्यामध्ये इज नो वेस्टेज ऑफ दॅट मायक्रोबियल कल्चर और द रिक्वायर्ड कल्चर इज ओनली टेकन देअर फॉर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस products. So second importance of the fermenter is that the required quantity of the culture is only taken in that fermenter for production of particular product. So here we have seen that in the industrial level the large scale production of these different products occur with the help of these microbes, and the container or the vessel which is used for production of this these products is called as the fermenter. And here we have seen that the products which are produced during the metabolic activity of that particular microbes are called as the secondary metabolites. Okay, so here we are now going to study in detail sequentially how alcoholic beverages, organic acid, enzymes, vitamin, antibiotics, hormones are produced at the industrial level. Okay, so here the part that we are going to discuss from the state board is somewhat different from the NCERT, and so we see first the state board content for the industrial production of the role of the microbes in the industrial production. And in that first we have to see that is production of alcoholic beverages. Alcoholic beverages. Okay. So beverages, the meaning of the beverages is any liquid, maybe for example tea, coffee, or wine, beer, whiskey, brandy, rum. These are the liquids. Okay, any liquids which are particularly used for the drinking purpose, that we call as a beverages. But here the name is given as a alcoholic beverages, means that beverages has a content of the alcohol, that's why it is called as alcoholic beverages. So tea and coffee are not included in alcoholic beverages. In alcoholic beverages the examples are the wine, beer, whiskey, brandy, rum. These are the examples of the alcoholic beverages. So these beverages, particularly maybe tea, coffee, or maybe this wine, beer, whiskey, brandy, rum, the role of these beverages is it particularly acts as a stimulant. It particularly acts as a stimulant. In Marathi we call as a stimulant as a उत्तेजक. उत्तेजक म्हणजे काय? असा बेवरेजेस जर आपण ड्रिंक केला, ओके, then at the some time at the temporary level that beverages increase our physiological and the nervous activity. म्हणजे बॉडी मध्ये गेल्या हे बेवरेजेस आपल्याला तात्पुरतं त्या वेळेपुरतं बॉडीची फिजियोलॉजिकल ऍक्टिव्हिटी आणि नर्वस ऍक्टिव्हिटी इनक्रीज करतात. नर्वस म्हणजे ब्रेन मध्ये आपल्याला कोऑर्डिनेशन इनक्रीज झालेलं पाहायला मिळतं. त्याचबरोबर फिजिओलॉजिकल ऍक्टिव्हिटी म्हणजे आपलं सर्क्युलेशन असेल किंवा कंट्रोल मुवमेंट बॉडीमध्ये इंटरनल असेल ती आपल्याला इनक्रीज झालेली पाहायला मिळते. सो सिम्पल मिनिंग ऑफ द स्टिम्युलंट इज that stimulant means it increases the nervous and physiological activity of the body. So number of people always take tea and coffee because it acts as a stimulant of our body. At particular time it increases nervous and physiological activity. So role of these microbes. So role of these microbes in the preparation of the alcohol is known since from the Vedic time. ओके, वैदिक काळ जो होता पूर्वीचा त्याच्यापासून लोकांना माहित होतं की मायक्रोब्स आर इन्व्हॉल्व फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द अल्कोहोल अँड इट इज नोन सिन्स फ्रॉम 5000 टू 7000 BC. BC स्टँड फॉर बिफोर क्रिस्ट. वैदिक काळापासून लोकांना माहित होतं की मायक्रोबचा रोल कशामध्ये आहे तर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द alcohol मध्ये. Okay, now we have to see the which microbes are used for the alcoholic preparation. Out of these 5 alcoholic beverages, which beverages are prepared without distillation, which are prepared with distillation, which raw material is used for the production of the alcoholic beverages, and that content we are going to discuss here. So the first point is that the particularly for these alcoholic beverages the microbe used which is called as the yeast. Again I will tell you that yeast is a example of the kingdom fungi or example from the fungi. It is the only organism which is unicellular because all fungi are the multicellular, and the name of the species which is particularly used for the alcoholic fermentation that is called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is particularly called as the Brewers yeast. Is used okay. Why you should know the name of the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which are generally used for the preparation of the alcoholic beverages like wine, beer, whiskey, brandy, and rum. This Saccharomyces cerevisiae is called as a brewer yeast because there are 2 yeast, or yeast is also involved in the formation of the bakery products like the bread. Okay, so some yeast form the bakery product, some yeast form the alcoholic beverages. So yeast which are involved in the formation of the alcoholic beverages is called as brewer yeast, and the yeast which is involved in the production of the bakery products like bread are called as a baker yeast. So here name is given as the brewer's yeast. So if the question is asked that give the name of the brewer yeast, then the meaning answer is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And if the question is asked that give the name of the baker yeast, then the same species is involved there, that is called as the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So this Saccharomyces cerevisiae is a name of the yeast which form the bakery product as well as it form the alcoholic beverages. Okay, so it is an important thing. Now what is the role of this yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae in the formation of these alcoholic beverages? So this Saccharomyces cerevisiae yeast ferment malted cereals and fruit juices. Malted cereals and fruit juices to produce ethanol. Okay, so here the raw material is given for the alcohol production, that is malted cereals and fruit juices. Okay, fruit juices are, you know that because in different our ice creams, cakes, we add that fruit juices. Okay, so different flavor to this alcoholic beverages is given with the help of these fruit juices. But cereals means what? Which example you know that from the cereals, that is wheat, rice, oat, maize, then there will be ray. There are different examples of these cereals. So these cereals are particularly used for the production of the alcohol, and the name of that alcohol is given as the ethanol. So what is meant by malted cereals? Malted cereals mean the germinating cereals. Okay, the germinating cereals which are first soaked in water. म्हणजे पाण्यामध्ये बरेच दिवस हे सेरल्स तुम्हाला काय पाहायला मिळतात, ते भिजवून ठेवलेले पाहायला मिळतात, सोक केलेले पाहायला मिळतात. सो मिनिंग ऑफ द माल्टेड सेरल्स, मिनिंग ऑफ द माल्टेड सेरल इज दॅट द सेरल्स विच आर फर्स्ट सोक इन वॉटर. वॉटरमध्ये सोक केलेले असतात ते सेरल्स, आणि काही काळानंतर ते पाण्याच्या बाहेर काढले जातात आणि ते एअरला ड्राय केले जातात. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ माल्टेड सेरल्स. ओके, टर्म काय तुम्हाला माल्टेड सेरलची. आणि फ्रूट ज्यूस, these are the raw material, and this malted cereal and fruit juice are fermented by the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and there will be production of the alcohol that is called as the ethanol. Students, see here the two important thing is that under the question production of the alcoholic beverages, the question is under this point, question is asked that the name of the yeast that we have seen, the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and the raw material for the particular formation of these alcoholic beverages is either malted cereals, or there may be use of the fruit juices for production of the alcohol that is called as the ethanol. Okay, now here one more thing is that there are wine, beer, whiskey, brandy and rum are there. Okay, out of these the first two alcoholic beverages are produced without distillation. First two alcoholic beverages are produced without distillation. So wine, these are important things, that is wine and beer produce without distillation. Wine, whiskey, brandy and rum is produced with distillation. Is produced with distillation. And the important thing is that tubular tower fermenter. See here, name of that fermenter is tubular tower fermenter, is used for production of alcohol. Question is asked that which fermenter, or name the fermenter which is used for the alcohol production. The name of that fermenter is tubular tower fermenter. Okay, the name of that fermenter is tubular tower fermenter. We will see the diagram of that fermenter which is used for particularly production of the alcohol. Then here the important thing before that is there are two alcoholic beverages particularly called as wine and beer. They are produced without distillation, and the whiskey, brandy and rum are produced with distillation process. Without distillation means what? After fermenting the malted cereals or fruit juices, the product which is formed there, which may be wine or beer, it is immediately packed in the bottle and get sold in the market. Okay, so there is no another separate process is carried out. Okay, but what is mean by distillation? You have to know the first meaning of the distillation. Distillation means what? After completion of the fermentation of the yeast in the making whiskey, brandy and rum, that whiskey, brandy and rum first get boiled. Okay, and after boiling there will be some fumes or vapors are there. That vapors are trapped in a glass container. म्हणजे मला तुम्हाला थोडक्यात सांगायचं आहे की whiskey, brandy and rum हे तयार झाल्या उकळलं जातं, बॉईल केलं जातं, आणि त्याच्या ज्या वाफा आहेत, फ्युम्स आहेत, त्या एका कंटेनर मध्ये ट्रॅप केल्या जातात, कलेक्ट केल्या जातात. And after collection of the vapors or the fumes from these beverages, they get cool. काही काळानंतर ते काय होतं, थंड होतात आणि परत त्याचं रूपांतर कशामध्ये होतं, लिक्विड मध्ये होतं, आणि त्या प्रोसेसला काय म्हणायचं, डिस्टिलेशन. आणि अशा लिक्विड फॉर्म मधली ब्रँडी, व्हिस्की किंवा रम मग बॉटलमध्ये पॅक केली जाते आणि इट कॅन बी सेल इन द मार्केट. सो हिअर द डिस्टिलेशन प्रोसेस इज ओनली कॅरीड आउट फॉर दिस 3 alcoholic beverages and it is not carried out for the wine and beer. So number of times the question is asked for MCQ, which alcoholic beverages are produced without distillation. So you have to remember wine and beer, and with distillation means whiskey, brandy and the rum. Now the next question, that is the fermenter, and name of that fermenter is tubular tower fermenter, which is used particularly for the production of the alcohol. Now we have to see that the diagram of this tubular tower fermenter, because this diagram may be asked for our theory exam, that is for 2 marks, to draw a diagram of tubular tower fermenter which is used for the production of the alcohol. So there is a simple diagram is there which is given in our textbook, and this diagram shows that I will sketch the rough diagram of it. Okay, you can observe it in textbook, but you should know the tubular tower fermenter. That's why we are discussing here. Like the tower diagram is there, like the tube, and that's why it is called as the tubular tower fermenter. Okay, here you can see that there are 2 outlets are there. One outlet is here. Okay, from that outlet alcohol comes out. Here there is given the movement of the mole, that is called as yeast movement inside that tower, inside that fermenter. See here, how this yeast can move in that raw material and ferment that particular product. Name is given as fermenter. You have to practice this diagram because it is asked for theory exam. Okay, and there is one heat exchanger pump. That means, as we have seen, that particular specific environment is given to microbes. Okay, so this is heat exchanger pump. Name is given as fermenter. See, it is a diagram of tubular tower fermenter. Okay, it is very important for the theory point of view, and it is very easy to draw. Like the tube, there is a structure of that fermenter. It looks like a tower, and that's why it is called as tubular tower fermenter. Okay, only there are 3 levels, that is alcohol which is given out from that fermenter. Name of that fermenter is given. Yeast movement is shown here, and there is one pump which has role of heat exchange. Heat exchange means if there will be increase in the temperature inside the fermenter, then that pump immediately lower down the temperature of that fermenter and carry out the specific activity of the yeast. See here, the particular yeast, when it is present in its natural environment, it requires specific temperature. म्हणजे त्या yeastला त्याच्या नॉर्मल ग्रोथ अँड डेव्हलपमेंट साठी जे टेम्परेचर लागते ते स्पेसिफिक टेम्परेचर या टॉवर मध्ये, या फर्मंटर मध्ये मेंटेन करण्याचं काम कोण करते? हीट एक्सचेंजर पंप. सो इट मेंटेन द स्पेसिफिक टेम्परेचर विच इज स्पेसिफिक फॉर द ग्रोथ ऑफ द ईस्ट. जर स्पेसिफिक टेम्परेचर ईस्टला प्रोव्हाइड केलं तरच ईस्ट काय करणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी अल्कोहोलचं प्रोडक्शन करणार आहे. the specific temperature नाही provide केलं, the yeast may be die there and there will not formation of the alcohol. So here that heat exchange pump is very essential to get the desired product. See here we have drawn this diagram. We have shown that yeast movement, that means yeast move inside that container and carry out the formation of the alcohol. So it is very easy diagram. So students, here we have completed the first industrial production of the alcohol under the title production of the alcoholic beverages. Here you have to remember that for the production of the alcoholic beverages, yeast is used. No bacteria, no algae or no other protozoan, nematode are used here. The name is the yeast and name of that yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Mainly 5 types of the alcoholic beverages are prepared. The name of that alcoholic beverages are wine, beer, whiskey, brandy and rum. Mainly the raw material which is used for the production of the alcoholic beverages is maltodextrins or fruit juices. Okay, and wine, beer are produced without distillation and brandy, whiskey and rum are produced with distillation process. Then the second point under the industrial production is the organic acids. Organic acids. These organic acids which are produced on a large scale in the industry for the commercial purposes, because this organic acid has a important role in day-to-day life of the man activity. These are also required in large quantity at the industrial level in our home, and these are directly prepared either from the glucose. An example of that glucose is gluconic acid. Or they can be acts as end products of pyruvate or ethanol. Okay, see here the organic acid that we are going to discuss, which are produced in a large scale at industrial level. These organic acids are directly prepared from the glucose, and the example of that glucose is the gluconic acid. So they can be prepared from the gluconic acid, which is the form of the glucose, or they are the end products of the pyruvate or the ethanol. Ethanol means it is a form of alcohol. From the alcohol they can be prepared, or from the pyruvic acid they can be prepared. So here they say that these are the end products, organic acid are the end products of the pyruvate or pyruvic acid or the ethanol or the alcohol. From the alcohol or the pyruvic acid we can also prepare this organic acid. These organic acids, here we are going to see the 4 types of organic acid which are given in our textbook, and those are the citric acid, gluconic acid, fumaric acid and the acetic acid. Okay, so here I will make the first chart of the name of the organic acid, and then we have to see that which microbes form this organic acid. So here the name of organic acid, and then we have to see which microbes are involved in the formation of this organic acid. Okay, so first organic acid is called as citric acid. Then gluconic acid, fumaric acid, and fourth one is acetic acid. See here the common name or the another name of acetic acid is the vinegar. It is called as the vinegar. Okay, so here 4 types of acids are given: citric, gluconic, fumaric and acetic acid. Now we have to see which microbes are involved in the production of this acid. So citric acid is produced by the fungi, particularly the name of the fungi is Aspergillus niger. Aspergillus niger. Same fungi is going to form the another acid that is called as gluconic acid. So Aspergillus niger. Fumaric acid is also produced by the fungi, and name of that fungi is Rhizophus aereus. And the acetic acid or vinegar is produced by particular bacteria, and name of that bacteria is Acetobacter acid. Acetobacter acid. Okay, now students, see here, this is a very important chart for exam point of view. If we see the previous theoretical question paper, then you can see that the number of time question is asked for MCQ as well as for the one sentence. That is, for example, question is asked that for the production of the citric acid, which organism is involved, or there is a blank chart is given in theory, and there you have to write the name of that particular. Means, for example, citric acid is given, Aspergillus niger is given, gluconic acid is given, but the name of gluconic acid microbe is not given. Fumaric acid is given, Rhizophus aereus is given, but acetic acid is not given, but there Acetobacter acid is given. So you have to fill this particular place, and this question may be asked for the theory, because in last year's question paper you can see that such a type of questions can be asked for the 3 or 4 marks. So whole chart of the organic acid may be asked for the theory for 3 or 4 marks. So you should know first the name of the organic acid. There are 4 organic acid: citric acid, gluconic acid, fumaric acid, and the acetic acid. You should also know the another name of acetic acid, which is commonly called as vinegar. This vinegar can be used in the food preparation. For making Chinese food, there will be use of vinegar, or making different kinds of food. In our home, vinegar can be also used. Okay, and then you can observe the microbes. So Aspergillus niger is a fungi. Aspergillus niger, same species. That is involved for formation of gluconic acid and citric acid. Rhizophus aereus is also fungi, but Acetobacter acid is not a fungi, it is only bacteria. So it is for your understanding that Acetobacter acid is the name of bacteria, but about 3 microbes are the fungi. So it is very easy to understand the name of organism and the role of microbes, because here citric acid and gluconic acid, these 2 acids are produced by the same species, that is called as Aspergillus niger. So it is very easy that citric and gluconic acid is produced by the Aspergillus niger, but the fumaric acid is organic acid which is produced by the Rhizophus aereus. And the last one is the Acetobacter acetic microbes produce the acetic acid. So students, when you carefully read it number of times, then you can easily understand the name of the organic acid and the microbes role there. So some additional point is that these organic acid, where they are used in different ways, but some of the importance of this organic acid is that, for example, one organic acid, the name of that organic acid is the citric acid. Okay, here see one acid we have seen, that is citric acid. This citric acid can be used in confectionaries. Confectionaries म्हणजे मिठाई, गोड पदार्थ वगैरे जिथे केले जातात मिठाईमध्ये, इव्हन पहा ढोकळा तयार करताना सुद्धा सायट्रिक ऍसिड त्याच्यामध्ये यूज करतात. ठीक आहे, तर मिठाईमध्ये तुम्हाला सायट्रिक ऍसिड वापरलेलं पाहायला मिळतं कन्फेक्शनरीमध्ये. ओके, देन सेकंड ऍसिड इज कॉल्ड ॲज फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड. दिस फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड इज यूज्ड इन अ रेझिन as wetting agent. And third is called as gluconic acid, which is used in the medicine for solubility of calcium. Okay, so see here what is important, this organic acid and their microbes, role of the name of the microbes we have seen. The citric acid, particularly organic acid, which is produced by the microbe Aspergillus niger, is mainly used in the confectionaries. मिठाईच्या दुकानामध्ये मिठाईच्या बॉक्समध्ये किंवा मिठाई पॅक बंद करताना, मिठाई तयार करताना हे सायट्रिक ऍसिड त्यामध्ये वापरलं जातं. याचं कारण काय तर त्या मिठाईचं फ्लेवर, ते मिठाईची आपण काय म्हणू शकतो त्याच्यामध्ये जास्त काळ टिकण्यासाठी याचा रोल आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतो. फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड, रेझिन. रेझिन म्हणजे काय तर चिकट असा द्रव, लाईक द मराठीमध्ये आपण डिंक म्हणतो. ओके, तसं रेझिन मीन्स स्टिकी सबस्टन्स इज देअर अँड टू वेट म्हणजे ओलसरपणा ठेवण्यासाठी, लिक्विड फॉर्म मध्ये त्या रेझिनला ठेवण्यासाठी त्याच्यामध्ये काय यूज केलं जातं, दिस ऑर्गॅनिक ऍसिड दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज द फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड. अँड थर्ड वन इज द ग्लुकॉनिक ऍसिड. दिस ग्लुकॉनिक ऍसिड इज पर्टिक्युलरली यूज इन अ मेडिसिन. औषधामध्ये ते ग्लुकॉनिक ऍसिड वापरलं जातं कारण त्या औषधामध्ये महत्वाचं कंटेंट जे कॅल्शियम आहे ते डिझॉल्व्ह होण्यासाठी, फॉर सोल्युबिलिटी ऑफ कॅल्शियम इन दॅट मेडिसिन, दिस ग्लुकॉनिक ऍसिड इज यूज. सो स्टुडंट्स, इन टुडेज lecture, under the industrial production of the microbe, we have seen the 2 point. One is called as alcoholic beverages and second point is the organic acid. Okay, thank you.